Hello everyone, back to today's third video. So we're running on the 5D forecast today, and that's covering some very cold weather that's coming up in the next 5 days. We start off with Storm Caroline, bringing severe gales to the north tomorrow. Then it turns much colder with risk of snow showers, and we may have a snow event on Sunday. So I'll let you have a look at 5D forecast, see what you think of that. The video's on the homepage. You can get the written version from the buttons at the top of this page. We have also had a look at when it's week to 10 days. It looks like it's going to stay quite cold into the second half of December. So cold weather continues through next week with some wintry potential at times. Have a look at that video, also is on the homepage. And to round things up, we've got the 17th Christmas update for you tonight, having a look again at Christmas with CFS V2 model. Now, we won't be using the CFS for very much longer because Christmas is rapidly starting to come into the time frame of the GFS model. Now, we are just before the rundown to Christmas period. I think we go down the 22nd. I'll show you some charts from the GFS in a moment. And we're going to begin the transition from the CFS, the long-range seasonal model, to the GFS, the medium-range, short to medium-range model in the next couple of updates. So we'll soon be finished with CFS. We'll move on to GFS very shortly, and then we'll start to try and pin down the weather for Christmas. So the storyline with the Christmas update so far is that they have been generally very mild, zonal and stormy. I've been very sceptical about these updates from around the halfway point because they look far too mild and stormy compared to the weather that's going on through this early part of December anyway. And we had a bit of a shift on the 15th update. We had one cold one for the 5th update. Other than that, I haven't really had a cold one throughout. However, there was a bit of a shift on the 15th update that we did at the weekend. That one showed a much more anticyclonic and colder scenario, albeit it wasn't doing anything particularly cold, but it looked then like the CFS might be starting to shift. But the last update, the 16th, actually went kind of back to that stormy sort of outlook that has been typifying most of these Christmas updates that we've been doing right way since the beginning of September. We'll see what 17th has to say. Any sign of a shift, you'll find out in a moment. And I'll also show you some charts of the GFS extended range as well. Before I get on with that, just to say that Christmas Shop is still open, so if you've got any Christmas Shop to do at Amazon between now and Christmas, all you have to do is click the green button underneath this video that says Gaz Christmas Shop. It takes you to our Christmas Shop page, and then from there, the key to it all will be to go through the Amazon banners, and because you're going from Gaz Office to Amazon, when you get there, you do Christmas shopping as normal. But because you've gone from our website to their website, we get a revenue fee on the things that you buy. And a big thank you to everybody for doing that again for Gaz Office once more this sort of Christmas season. It is paying for the website, or helping to pay the website. So just say that got plenty of time to get your Christmas shopping to you. We're only at the 6th of December. They are very quick with the postage at Amazon, so got plenty of time, and you've still got presents to get. Website we're using is the CFS V2 at metroseal.fr. I should say the model we're using from the website, Metroseal, is the CFS V2. It's the 9-monthly forecast. It was generated midday. Yes, we always use the midday run whenever possible. Then we can't be told off cherry picking. It's purely way. Charts coming out. The midday run of the CFS V2 and generated midday yesterday. 9-monthly forecast. So without anything else left to tell you about, let's get on with it. We're going to start off with the CFS on the 15th of December, just 10 days away, or less than 10 days away now. And we see a bit of a colder scenario here. We've got low pressure to our east and high pressure out to the west and northwest. This is pulling in quite cold northwesterly winds. So these winds could be bringing in some wintry showers, particularly to the north, probably snow showers to the north. We go through to the 17th, and it stays quite cold, so this is already starting to look like a colder update. We've got low pressure off the coast of East Anglia, with high pressure out to the northwest. Bear in mind, at no point really throughout any of the updates as the CFS showed this, except maybe on the 5th update, and I suppose possibly a little bit on the 15th update. But essentially, the CFS has conjured this up without ever really particularly seeing it in any of the other updates. So this is what we have for the 18th of December. High pressure is out to the northwest of Scotland, low pressure is to the southeast of England, and we pull in these cold and wintry easterly winds, and they could be bringing snow showers into eastern parts of the country as well. Let's carry on, and we go up to the 19th of December, where we have high pressure building in over the country, and that's within cold air, so any snow showers would be easing down there, but it would be very cold. There'd be hard overnight frost, probably quite severe frost, and maybe some freezing fog patches. And if there's any snow on the ground, which I suspect there probably would be, then that, of course, would be maintained, because it's really cold under that area of high pressure that we have there from the 19th to the 20th of December. So we're going to try and run up towards Christmas, and we go to the 21st on to the 22nd of December, and the high pressure is going to Scandinavia. We're pulling in very cold easterly winds. There'd be proper bitter winds, those. They'd be feeding in more snow showers to eastern parts of the country. Can you believe we've got to update 17 without seeing anything like this at all? And all of a sudden the CFS is now showing us a much more wintry scenario running up to Christmas. So this will be bringing snow showers into eastern parts of the country, and those winds, they would pack a real chill as well. There'd be sort of bitterly cold winds that we'd have going on there. Let's get to Christmas itself then, and we're going to go to Christmas Eve, be fine, but it's still cold on Christmas Eve. What's happening here is that the high pressure is beginning to recede back a little bit. Low pressure is trying to come in from the Atlantic. We're still within a cold air mass. As this front is pushing in, that could be bringing rain or snow as it starts to move in across the country on Christmas Eve. So maybe some snow there as that weather front begins to push in across the country on Christmas Eve. This takes us to Christmas Day, where it's still looking cold. Any snow risk has gone, but essentially we're still mostly dry and cold there on Christmas Day. There could be some quite hard overnight frost as well, I would have thought, early and late. Again, any snow that's on the ground is maintained because nothing has happened to sort of shake up the atmosphere. So again, it stays pretty dry, pretty cold there as we go through to Christmas Day with a real seasonable feel. Notice a deep area of low pressure is beginning to wind itself up in the Atlantic. That's the CFS, no doubt, trying to throw an Atlantic onslaught at us. It's very good at doing that, but do we believe it? Let's run on and see what happens beyond Christmas Day. This takes us to Boxing Day, when we've got an active weather system moving in across the country. That's bringing a band of heavy rain, possibly again some snow as that moves in across the country, particularly for northern parts of the country, I would have thought this time. Southern areas would be more likely to see rain. And then as we carry on beyond Boxing Day, we're going to find that the weather front kind of slips southeastward. So we've got a stall going on here. The Atlantic is having a go at throwing that front at us, but it's stalling across the country. You can see that by this low pressure just here, this kink in the isobars on the 27th, showing that the rain has come across the country. It's hit the cold air, probably turned to snow across Scotland and northeastern England, and then that front is beginning to slip away to the south as the cold air starts to win the battle. Let's run up towards the new year. So we're going to go beyond the 27th of December up to the 28th. We've got low pressure coming in across the country, and again this is hitting the cold air. There's a deep cold pool sitting just to our east. It's hitting that cold pool of air and stalling. So at this point here, the 28th, 29th of December, there could be rain or snow again across the country. Snow most likely in northern east areas, rain most likely in southern and western areas, but all in all that does look quite wintry. So we're going up to the new year now, and we've got to New Year's Eve. Low pressure now is to our southwest, and we're pulling in a bitterly cold east wind. This is the most wintry update we've done so far. We've got to update 17. Christmas is only like it's less than 3 weeks away, and now we're starting to look much more wintry with the CFS V2 model. So this for New Year's Eve could be bringing heavy snow to southern and southwestern parts of the country, and a really cold and quite bitter easterly wind is blowing there as well. That takes us to New Year's Day, where it's also looking cold. The winds are in from the east, no doubt bringing in snow showers to eastern parts of the country. And again, it would be a cold end to the year and start to 2018. We go to the 2nd of January, and another area of low pressure pushes in across the country. That's bringing much milder air, so heavy snow will push northwards there, followed on by outbreaks of heavy rain and a rapid thaw of lying snow. It's all looking rather more mild as we go through to the 4th of January, and I'll just run you on a few more days through early January, where the Atlantic eventually, the CFS, you knew, but it had to do it. The CFS does produce an Atlantic sort of onslaught, and here we go through the first week into second week of January, wet and windy weather sweeping across the country. How seriously you want to take that, it's up to you, but obviously the model seems to be performing very, very, very poorly at the moment with this colder weather. So I'll just show you a quick look at the GFS, because we are going to be moving on to the GFS very shortly now. We will be discarding, and probably a good job, we will be discarding the CFS quite soon. So this is how today's midday run of the GFS is looking. It's in its extended range. It finishes just before Christmas. So this is Friday, 15th of December, when we're pulling in cold east to northeasterly winds. We've got high pressure out to our north and west, got low pressure over the continent, putting in these bitterly cold east-northeasterly winds on Friday, the 15th of December. There could be snow in the east with those. Those cold east winds continue to Saturday the 16th, and also to Sunday the 17th. We've gone beyond day 10. High pressure is out to the west. We're pulling down these cold east or northeast winds, and there could be snow showers continuing with these cold north to northeast winds, particularly in eastern parts of the country. The main thing is that high pressure will be bringing very cold conditions with the wind coming from the northerly direction around that high pressure. We'll go on a bit closer towards the Christmas period, so I'm going to take you now to Tuesday the 19th of December, and we've got low pressure out to our southeast, high pressure up to the north and west. The wind is still coming from an east or northeasterly direction. Again, we could be bringing in some snow showers to eastern parts of the country. So cold weather is maintained to the 19th of December. It's maintained to the 20th of December with today's midday run of the GFS. High pressure out to the northwest. We continue to have the wind coming in from a northeasterly or easterly type direction, albeit quite slack. We're getting closer to Christmas, and this is as far as we can go to Christmas today with the GFS. It goes to Friday the 22nd of December, when you'll notice we are still in quite an abnormal to the weather pattern. We still have high pressure out to the northwest. We have low pressure to our east. The wind direction and flow is still generally from a northerly direction. So heading very much towards the Christmas period, and essentially cold weather is still maintained here. I'll show you the upper air temperatures. You see they are still generally quite cold around the UK, and with that high pressure continuing to sit to our northwest, you wouldn't expect that we'd be in particularly mild conditions anytime soon. After that. So could we be shaping up for a cold Christmas here? And it hasn't been seen at all really by the CFS V2, but it does appear to me that very gradually we've got a cold Christmas creeping up on us. So you're going to have to wait and see where this is going to go, I think, as we get closer towards the Christmas period. We'll do one more update with the CFS V2. That'll be on Friday, the 18th update. We'll also include again the GFS, and by then we'll be going to Christmas Eve. And then after that, we're going to discard the CFS, get rid of it, and which is something I know a lot of you have been waiting for me to say. We'll get rid of the CFS, now I've said it again. And we will just carry on then with the GFS, and we'll get closer to Christmas and go beyond Christmas with the GFS, and we'll pin down the detail for this Christmas period. But it is looking quite interesting this year, I have to say, if you want something a bit colder for Christmas 2017. Right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.